Hey everybody, this is the Trendy Socialite. I'm live and on location. Always wanted to say that. What you just saw was a view from my hotel room. I am at a conference in Louisville, Kentucky. So I just wanted to come and say hey from Louisville and to show you the view because I think it's amazing. And I'm going to come back once the sun sets and it's nighttime to show you the view because it's beautiful too. I also wanted to come and share with you my traveling adventures yesterday. If I look tired, it's because I am tired. So, like this weekend is Monday. This past weekend was crazy, stupid busy for me. My sorority had our Jabberwock pageant on Saturday, so we had rehearsal Friday, that one Saturday, and I left for Louisville on Sunday morning. So I got about an hour and a half or 2 hours of sleep because I was trying to clean, I was trying to pack, I was washing, I was switching out my clothes if you didn't see my other video about that. So I got about 1.5 or 2 hours sleep, but I really wasn't stressing it because I'm like, oh, I can sleep on the plane and then once I get to Louisville, I can relax and sleep as well. My plane leaves Greenville at 7 a.m. So I'm up at like 5:30, shower, jump in some clothes, and go to the airport. Thank God I only had like a 10-minute ride versus flying from RDU, which is usually like an hour and a half. So that was my saving grace because if I had to get up at 3 a.m. and leave, I would have been, oh my God, like sick to my stomach. So get to the airport in Greenville, 7 a.m., get on the plane, thinking, okay, during takeoff, I'm going to be there by lunchtime, it's going to be all good. Pilot comes on the speaker and says that, yeah, so we don't have permission to take off yet. Greenville is a regional airport, in case you don't know, which means, translation, small. We don't even have an air traffic controller. No, not an air traffic controller at all. So literally, they have to call Raleigh, the larger airport, the Raleigh-Durham International Airport, to get permission to take off. Well, they finally got that permission 45 minutes later. So I'm sitting on the plane for 45 minutes. Luckily, like as soon as he said that, I said, all right then. And I was knocked out. So all I heard was when he got back on the intercom and said that we were taking off. I honestly don't even remember taking off. I think I remember taxiing down the runway and that was about it. Before the wheels was even off the ground, I was asleep again. Alright, so get to Charlotte, which is where our regional airport flies to. We get to Charlotte close to 9 o'clock that morning. My connecting flight to Louisville was scheduled to leave at 9:30. Cool, alright. But I'm kind of hustling to get to the gate. I was like, if I get there, find out where it is, I may have enough time to grab some coffee or to grab something to eat because I was starving. Alright, get to the gate. Now departing at 11:30. Really? But I was cool with it because, like I said, it gave me time to eat. I had my netbook, so I'm like, oh, I can sit here and start reading and doing some stuff online while I'm waiting because Charlotte-Mecklenburg Airport has free Wi-Fi, which was their saving grace yesterday, let me tell you. So I'm sitting there, and I went and got some breakfast, and I'm sitting at the gate. I'm like, okay, I'm good. Until the gate agent comes on the intercom and says, oh yeah, by the way, now you're not leaving till 12:30. Really? Okay. So as she's making that announcement, I get a call from US Air that says the same thing. So I'm like, an additional hour. I really didn't want to be there at lunchtime. Did not want to pay airport price for the food or anything like that. But I'm like, okay, still. 10 minutes later, my phone rings again. Which, by the way, back up. Let me tell you about my phone. Friday night, I am trying to curl these kinky twists. And in the process of, dipping my hair in the hot water, my phone gets wet. Because I have a little timer, so I'm timing myself, right? And I'm being all careful and whatnot. And boom, just like the thing of water fell on my phone. So I have been almost phoneless since Friday night. No BlackBerry Messenger, no instant messaging, no texting. Only thing that I can do is receive phone calls. It's like even hard for me to make phone calls. I am about to be sick to my stomach. So I have ordered or gotten the insurance thing for my new phone, and it's supposed to be here tomorrow. So then all will be right with the world. But if I hadn't had my netbook, I mean to tell you, I would be curled up in a ball somewhere in the fetal position. Anyway, so US Air calls again. I'm able to answer the phone and says, yeah, so now your flight has been delayed till 2:19 p.m. from 9:30 to 2:19 p.m. I'm like, okay, after the weekend that I had, I'm like, really, I can't do that. So there's this lady sitting at the gate. She leaves for a few minutes and comes back and tells the other lady sitting at the gate, like right across from me, that she went to the US Air like service counter and she got on an earlier flight. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like overhearing this exchange. So I'm like, there's an earlier flight, or you changed your flight? And she was like, yeah, come on. So I go to the service counter, change my flight to an earlier flight, only an hour earlier, but the hour really made a difference. So I get there, I take off at 1:20. Everything is fine. Get to Louisville about 2:30ish. Now I had already arranged for a shuttle to pick me up from the airport and take me to the hotel. It's like the hotel shuttle, but it's a contracted vendor or whatever. So I knew that I was late because I couldn't call out. I couldn't call them to tell them I was going to be late. But I'm thinking any shuttle worth their, salt is going to check to see if a person that you're scheduled to pick up, whether or not the flight arrived on time or not. But I also knew that they do hourly drop-offs and pickups at the airport. So I'm like, okay, it's 2:30, I can be picked up at 3 o'clock. Cool, no problem. Grabbed my bag. It was relatively easy and that was my other fear, was my bag getting from that 2 p.m. flight onto the 1:20 flight, because I did not want to have to wait until the next flight to get my bag. But luckily that was smooth. That is the advantage of having a non-black bag, because my bag is purple with a green luggage tag on it. So I described my bag, they were able to pull it off, and the lady even at the counter was like, thank you for not having a black bag. So for all of my divas out there, get a different color bag. It'll save you, I believe, in the long run. Anyway, back to regular programming. So grab my bag, go out to watch and wait for the shuttle. It's about 2:40, 2:45 at that point. Maybe closer to 3. 3 o'clock comes, no shuttle. 3:15 comes, no shuttle. 3:30, I go back into the information desk. Now, remember, I can't call anybody, so I asked the guy to call them and to see if I can get on the shuttle, or to see where the shuttle is. So he calls. They said, oh, we're going to be there in 15 minutes. Y'all, tell me why the shuttle did not come until 10 minutes after 4. Okay? I literally did not get to my hotel until 5 o'clock in the evening yesterday. 5 freaking o'clock. Alright? I am like, whoa! So, but I'm trying to take it all in stride. Y'all, US Air, $100 limousine, shuttle service, better be glad I know Jesus, because, there was really about to be some furniture moving in there. So, I get here, grab something to eat, I come back to my room, and I crash.